Hello and welcome in to tonight's show, everybody. It's good to see everyone in. Yes, oh bleeding hell, there's quite a few in the chat. So let's get on with this and just go start showing names who's in the chat. So it's cool. Thanks for everyone jumping on and stuff. It's pretty cool to see everyone coming in so quick. Thank you everyone for checking out my last video and stuff. Yeah, I'm just trying to get everyone's different names coming up. I can't read the comments at the moment, but yeah, give us a minute. I'm thinking we're getting there. There's quite a few that's came up, so it's cool to see everyone. How's everyone been anyway? Last week I found out you had a nasty thing going round. First time, and yeah, not too bad at the moment. I believe there's a few of us that are still off with it. Carl, I believe he's not great with it either. So there's quite a few. Colonel, yeah, great. I know you liked my last video uh, about the steam hammers and stuff. That was pretty cool, all the history in that place. So it was. Yep. Yeah, mate. I'll have to meet up soon, definitely. Once this thing goes, what I've got. Yeah, we've got loads of people coming in. So I appreciate everyone jumping on board. Excellent. I think I've caught up to everyone now. So pretty much. New comment. Oh, we've got Duncan in. Yep. We've got, yeah, people are just jumping on here. What's that? Missed that. Right, yeah, it was cool. Hopefully we'll talk about that later. Try and get a few guests on. Who's that other one that popped up? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm just going through the chat. A comment caught my eye, but I can't find it now. Anyway, we've got our first guest in, so it's pretty cool. Everyone's jumping in, and we don't need no introductions here. It's Mr. Volt. Hello.
Hello. Here we are. It's Captain COVID.
How's it going?
Yeah,
Are you feeling better? You sound it.
feeling better. Yeah, I am feeling a lot better. Although putting those things in my mouth, I'll probably be going back downhill now very quickly.
Yeah, catch it again or something. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
All right, not too bad. I've still got the thing itself.
You've
So
got a
it's one of them
thing.
ones. Yeah, I've got to have another test soon.
You want to find out which sex you are.
Well, there's only two, isn't there, really? If you
Well, I've only got one thing, and you've only got one thing.
Bucharest guided tours.
But I suppose some people out there have got minus one thing. They've got an anti-penis.
Aye.
So yeah, there we are. Sorry, just broken his live stream before 30 seconds, and we're already well away. Yeah. Mm.
It's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it was pretty good that evening as well, wasn't it? When we all met up, apart from, yeah, like you say.
No, you're not allowed to mention it because he'll do a 2.5 hour live stream moaning about the fact you've mentioned him. Yeah.
Who? Me? Mentioned who?
Mm. Nobody, exactly. That's why I didn't mention his name either. But he was moaning on Captain Arrestoid, you know,
Oh, the one that got kicked.
the one that got, well, yeah, the
Right.
one that, the one
Yeah,
that,
that says it all.
yeah.
I know what you're
Mm.
talking about now.
Mm.
I won't be mentioning.
It's kind of weird because I did a live stream and I mentioned what had happened, and I mentioned that I didn't know exactly what had happened, but I knew a few things, and these were what they were. And this said same person then, as per usual, said, "No, that isn't the way it happened at all. That isn't the way it happened." And then proceeded over 2 hours to basically say everything that I had said in my live stream, which was exactly how it had happened. So yeah, I didn't. It seems like I didn't actually get too much wrong, but as long as they say it, not me, then it makes all the difference. But yeah,
I tell you the truth, I didn't see that what you're talking about, but I can understand what
yeah.
basically happened.
I mean, I wasn't there when it actually happened either, but I heard about it. But it's almost
Yeah,
like as if it was implied that because we'd heard about it, well, we didn't really know what went on. So this chap then proceeds to tell us that this is exactly what went on, which was basically what we were told what went on. That's exactly, yeah. Mm.
yeah.
And
Uh,
I
go
didn't
on.
even realize he said, well, the security said to me, have you made threats to stab people? And so I said, well, yeah, but it was a while ago. And you wonder why they chucked you out? Oh, dear, dear.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know. But you
Amongst
can't go
other reasons.
around saying stuff and not expect things not to happen. You know what I mean? Especially stuff like that in places where they were and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like people have to remember if you go into a public event and you've caused a lot of trouble and you've made threats, which could effectively kill. If you've made those sorts of threats and you're going to a public event, people are going to kind of, they're going to keep their eyes on you. And then, like, getting all weird, it doesn't help. Mm.
Yeah.
Getting all weird, turning up with a mask on and standing at the back of the room until the security come over and ask you to take it off. I mean, it's like, who does he think got him? Who does he actually think got him removed from the place? I wonder who it was that actually got him removed from the place. Oh, it was him by his stupid actions. Oh yeah, yeah, shit. Mm. Mm.
That's it. I think that's the only person that got booted from that place, really, when we
It's
was
the
there
only
anyway.
one. It's the only one that was a risk.
And
There's people there
everyone
that some
else
of us,
seemed chilled out and just relaxing
yeah,
the night and just enjoying
some of us may
themselves.
not have got on with some people, but it wasn't a good enough reason to kick anyone out. But like being all weird is becomes a concern. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, red stripe. Oh yeah, didn't show it. I was like, hang on, this is bloody yeah, red stripe. Anyway, I mean, I don't want to go on about it, but it was unfortunate. It was very unfortunate. But you know, when you use your mouth and you say things like threatening things involving weapons and stuff like that, then of course, people are going to be a bit on edge. What do you expect? And it doesn't matter that this person seems to think, oh well, I was only messing when I said it, and I didn't really mean it. But how do people know that? People don't know that.
No,
You
they've got to
say
take.
things, people are going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
You know, um, just suggest you really sort of like
Suppose it's the way how he said it as well, because if he said it laughingly and jokingly while he was saying it,
uh,
but obviously he was ranting and raving when he said it at the time.
Mm.
and people will take that as differently as jokingly, if you know what I mean. It depends
Mm.
how you say it and the situation you say it in.
Yeah. And I just wanted to add one thing that I forgot to tell people about this situation, right? Because I did, the moment I got there, I went up to the security at only the area. I didn't go up to like the security for the whole event, but I just went up to the security in the area where Dan was, and I just said, "Look, you have a little quiet word in your ear, right? There might be somebody coming later on, and if he's pointed out to you, because he's being threatening or obnoxious, then you might want to sort of yank him out because he's made these threats." Now, I did then say,
Did Dan have his own
"Oh,
security there then?
no," but they were supplied by the event. The event people
Right. So
put
there's a
somebody
couple
on.
of guys there
Yeah,
as well, yeah.
yeah. So I said, "No, I don't want to see this guy chucked out." But I mean, at the end of the day, if he's going to do something weird, right, you'll know about it, right? And it turns out that the security spotted who this person was by the fact that he was wearing a mask. So they had to go and tell him. So they knew straight away. They're like, "Oh, this must be the one. This must be the one we were expecting." And he's already acting up. He's acting weird. And but there was a point I wanted to make. It was an important point. Oh, that's right. Why did I make a point of speaking to the security, right? Because some people might say, and this is something I've forgotten to say up to this point, people might say, "Well, Matt, why did you have to say that?" And I tell you why, because I was on the door once at a nightclub. Well, it was a party, and I was just letting people in, like, "Yeah, yeah, coming in, like, "Yeah, yeah, enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself." And somebody came in and went up to somebody and stabbed them, right? And that's why I never want to make that mistake again, by being complacent and being too soft, right? And yeah, basically knowing that I'm too much of a soft touch, and really, when people say things or appear a certain way, you should do something about it, because I never ever want that situation to happen again. I literally just said, "Oh yeah, coming in, man, coming in," and this let this person in, and they came in, and within 30 seconds, that person had run back out because he'd just gone up to the first person he'd seen, stabbed him, and ran back out.
Played it
Yeah.
now.
Mm. And
Yeah.
that's all it takes. That's all it takes. And never again, if somebody has been making threats like that, am I ever gonna let them just waltz around, without being watched like a bloody hawk. I'll never do that again. And that's the reason why I felt it was so, important to just have a chat with the security about it, because, you know, you
Yeah,
just
of
don't
course,
know.
there's security threats
Yeah.
or anything like that, or breaches. They need to know,
Mm.
don't they?
But apart from that, hey, it makes it sound like this was like this horrible sort of event. It wasn't. It was just a really minor little thing that happened. Most of us didn't even see what went on, and it was a shame. It was a shame, because that person, could have stayed, but I don't think they'll be welcome back now. You know, it's
Well, I believe they got him on camera, so they've got an image of him. You know what I mean? So it's up to them whether they let him in next year or not. Suppose they've got their own policy, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, just what you have to remember is when people are wandering around an event like that, the last thing you want to hear as security guards is that there's somebody who's in there who's a danger to other people, could be a danger to other people, right? And you know, would you like to take a chance? I think that's the way they saw it, and that's why they asked him to come out and have a word with them, and then he decided he wanted to try and run away, and they had to like tackle him, and then he was mouthing off to them and the police, which were called. So at the end of the
Yeah,
day, you know, I think they did a good job, because realistically, if somebody's acting up like that, and the moment you want to speak to them, they start running away, it's like, well, they could have a knife on them. think about the way that the security's minds are thinking. Is it's just not worth taking a chance, is it? It really isn't, with the lives of the people who were there, who only came for a nice night out. Why would you take a chance? And that's the thing. That's why I think they just said, yeah, we don't really like the look of this guy. Let's just sort of have a word with him and possibly move him out. You know, and it's
Yeah.
kind of it's kind of sad, but that's if I had made those sorts of threats and I got myself you know pulled out of a place, I could totally understand it. Mm.
hmm It looks like Robert's got his himself a new drone. I believe it's the DJI 2.
Nice, yeah.
I believe it might have been the third one. I'm not too sure.
Mm.
But yeah, he's just getting used to it.
Yeah.
We have got our next guest in, but they've just disappeared, so I'll wait a few minutes till they come back. Yeah, it was a great night. How many nights
It
have you
was a
been
good night.
there? How many years? Is it 3 years now it's been going since
Uh,
fighters first went?
I don't know how many years it's been happening, but I've been to two of them, and it might be three or four even. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. It was a good night. I think next time I won't bother to buy the thing to go around the attractions, like the actual things, because I've seen them and they kind of they don't change that much. There's not an awful lot of difference in what was there last year. So mm,
No, I can understand. Oops, I made a comment. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there because that's the first time I went and it was great because I've never seen anything, no, never been there before and all that. So all the attractions were great. I didn't get in to see one of them because we got there a bit late for obvious reasons and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a great time. But like you say, unless they change it or add something totally different, like get rid of maybe the cornfield and put something else in its place that's been there for a few years now, another cornfield maze, put something else there instead. But then they'll have to think of an idea what they can put out and use. Plus, they've got to remember it's an actual working farm, so they need
yeah.
to use the space while it's not being used for Halloween.
Mm. I'd love to know how they actually sort of redo those buildings. What actually are they used for at any other time? Are they kind of used for normal things? And is how because I can't imagine how they kind of put that together and then bang, it goes back to being something normal like a farm. It because it seems like there's a lot of work goes into actually building those little sets and things. And it's very yeah, there's a lot of effort goes into it. To be honest, I don't think I saw about probably about a quarter of what was there, because it's quite a big site and there's a lot to see and there's lots of different things. And it's really hard unless you don't do the actual speaking to Dan bit and you just go from bang, 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 bang around all the things. And even then, you still won't have a chance to see it all. There's a lot to see there, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like you say, some of it's in containers though, metal containers, and obviously you can store them to one side in a field or whatever. But like you say, some of them are a lot bigger in the container, so they weren't in the container. It was like a full set that's been built, like is it in Sombia where you walk past the beds and that where the girls were and stuff like that.
Insomnia. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
and that weren't a container because the rooms were too big and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I've got to be honest though. I mean, I can totally see how you could easily catch COVID from going around those things because there were so many areas where you have to walk through clothing. So you're literally going like this through clothes. So your
Yeah,
hands are on the clothes, and everyone else's hands are on the clothes, and heads, sweaty heads, and everything. People are just going through, and there's plastic flaps like you get in a butcher's, like or a hospital, plastic flaps which you pull out the way, and then they shrunk the plastic flaps close behind you. All of that stuff has got everyone's DNA all over it, right? I mean, like every single surface. So I could totally see how if a couple of people had COVID, we were all going to get it because we were all touching those surfaces like crazy, and some of it was
Yeah.
a bit dangerous as well, actually, because I was walking along and it was completely pitch black, and then all of a sudden I go bang and hit my head into something, because what they've done is they've actually lowered the ceiling, so the ceiling goes down at an angle, and you have to get down on your hands and knees and I'll basically crawl to get into the next room. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, like, so not only you getting all hands and stuff, you got the shit off people's boots are on the floor, and you're doing this, going now on the floor to get into another room. But the thing is, it's just like smacking my head into wood, and it was actually quite rough wood as well, which was, what would you describe it as? It was like rough sawn wood. So it wasn't like smoothed off, polished wood. It was proper like a bloody, block of wood, and
Yeah.
it's like I went bang into that, and it's like, shit, have I got any, like, I honestly thought I'd had splinters in my head, because it was that rough. And then sort of like have to get down and crawl, and yeah, that place was just a COVID nightmare. I got to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
Can I just
Mm.
say, Matthew? Yeah, I'm feeling fine, thank you. Uh, what else was there? Yeah, Jackie Greencats fell on her hands, didn't she? Getting through, she had trouble getting through.
Mm.
We've got a Rapid Man in as well. Not seen him for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Apparently, you're not allowed. Oh, he's back
go on.
in. Get him in now. Hello, Mr. John.
Oh, mate, you're right.
Yeah,
It's
either you or your
Commander
twin brother was
Haircut.
up before. Different names
Yeah,
before.
yeah, it was me. I was just, yeah, just sorting something out.
Captain Haircut.
It's, yeah, laptop's playing fuck about, shall I say?
Oh, mine went funny. We moved it
Captain
before and it
Haircut.
started jumping on the screen for some reason.
Haircut. Haircut. He probably can't hear us. Yes, to you too. Yeah, Captain Haircut. Captain fucking Haircut. Yeah. Mm.
Well, I had to tidy myself up. I went to a wedding, you know how it is.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking a bit smooth, isn't he? Smooth criminal.
But also, like Screenfest, though, it says you're not allowed to wear a mask or anything like that. So it's one of them ones. What happens if you wanted to wear a mask to protect yourself like that?
Well, yeah, I suppose you could wear you might be able to wear like a COVID mask if you wanted to, but I mean, they did say no masks. I mean, I remember reading that when I booked my ticket, it said like no masks, and so that person who turned up with a mask on, of course, he was asked to take it off. But the thing is, it was like a full face mask, and he was standing facing a wall.
Yeah.
He was getting all weird about that as well. I watched his live stream talking about it, and he was like going, "Oh yeah, the mask. Let's not talk about that." I don't know. It's like, he must have been in his element or something, like, sort of zoning out, like Clarice in bloody Silence of the Lambs, like, something about that wearing that mask. I think he was in his own little world or something.
He's not right, man.
Well,
Because he didn't
when
want to
is
talk about that
Halloween?
mask.
It's next Monday, isn't it? Halloween. Next Monday,
Yeah,
Tuesday,
Monday.
Monday. This Sunday I might prefer bleeding Screenfest one then video.
Nobody told me what the mask was. They just said he was wearing a mask and he was facing a wall. But I don't know what the mask was. But
I believe it was a balaclava,
oh,
a full face balaclava. That's what I got told anyway. And yes, if you're wearing one of them in a place like that, it is going to draw attention to you by security.
He's just done it. Look, he's just done it just to fucking make a point, and he really, and then it all went wrong.
well, clearly went wrong. Yeah, but
clearly.
I mean, the thing is, there was probably, like, much better ways you could have kind of approached that type of thing. Is like not wear the mask, and when the security speak to you, talk to them properly. you know, but it was all handled very wrong from his perspective. I think, you know, it's kind of like he pushed all the wrong buttons. You know, they spoke to him. He said, "Yes, I have said I have made threats that I'm going to stab people," and it's like they're just like, "Oh shit," you know. What
That's
do
the
we do
worst
now?
nightmare they want to wear, isn't it? The security. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
you know, their thing is like, should we just get rid of this guy because like we can give him his money back and we just push him out the door and then you know it's not our responsibility then, like nothing can happen. We have done our job. But if you can't just let somebody wander around then like that, you know, it's like, you know,
Oh,
yeah,
Mr.
you
Vault.
know, and God knows. And he was secretly recording people as well, which I mean, I was recording, but I did actually say to people, "This is recording, by the way." And the reason I was recording is because he was there. Because I was like, if anything goes down here now, I want people to see like I haven't raised a finger to this guy, and if he runs at me brandishing something, I want some evidence. You know, so you know, because it'll all be misconstrued. So that's why I had my camera on. I haven't even looked at it actually. In fact, that's a good point. I haven't even looked at my footage off that camera because I was quite ill after I came back. There might be something interesting on there. I should actually have a look. Maybe I'll spot him with his mask on because I didn't even know what he had on. See, so yeah, yeah. That Will's an horrible bastard, isn't he? Just horrible, terrible man, terrible, and smells.
Absolutely.
Smells.
Where's he gone?
Once caught him eating donkey droppings. He was literally going out.
Donkey droppings.
Yeah, and he was loving it. Yeah, his mum's probably watching her, going like, "What?" Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah, donkey droppings, and then he was like using dog turds as like deodorant.
Ah,
Just look at the difference in the color of my arm there. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, bloody hell. What difference in that color?
you put fake tan or something.
It's just the color of my arm is like properly tanned on the outside, but then when it's against my body, that bit's not tanned. That's weird, isn't it?
Have you been rubbing your arms in shit again?
I have. I've been after I watched him eating donkey droppings. I actually was so jealous that I started like picking up horse manure and rubbing it down my arms like that, and all of my clothing. Yeah, yeah. He says, "Am I eating from Bengal bites?" No, no.
Been eating my Bengal bites.
Bengal bites. No, Bengal bites is my. I actually said about that. See, they're very observant. I did actually say that's my favorite curry house in Devizes is Bengal bites. Yeah, so they're very observant. Too observant. Slightly worryingly observant. Yeah.
Will's just asked if we're still live. Yes, we are. Oh, hold on. Hang on. I'll be back in a few moments.
Oh Christ! No, they just leave me to it now. That's typical, isn't it? So yeah, it was a good night. I've been tangoed. Yeah. Oh yeah, Steve Ellis says Yellow River is my favorite Chinese. Yeah, yeah. It's a man with flip flops on, having was it making special sauce.
I'll be back in a minute.
Oh. Yeah, urbexy. Problem is if something kicks off in a place like that, it might blend in with people thinking that it's part of it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry just bringing it up again, but yeah, you know, it's the first sort of chance I've had to have a chat since watching this guy's like live stream. But mean,
Just quickly, though, the bloke's a fucking twat. Just thought I'd put that in there. I'm sorry if I've offended anybody. Bollocks.
Yes. Yeah, he is. But I mean, cream of some young guy. Yeah, that's the one. Some young guy. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but I personally, if it was my gig, I would say give the guy his money back and he can't come in, because it's just it just puts everybody on edge. I don't know. I know he's not. He claims, "Oh, I'm only kidding when I say these things," but it's like, well, stop fucking saying them then. Stop saying them because he was somebody who used to keep on about weapons and things he was going to do to people and it's like nah, no. Yeah. By the way, my COVID-19 that I've got, still got it. I've been I haven't gone to one of my probation things yet because I've still got lots of these things showing up, all of them showing up, like, well, including this one, which is a special one, showing up like, so yeah, I've not even been able to go to my probation, blah blah blah. But my only today, I could start smelling things weirdly, and it's like everything smells like vinegar wherever I go. Like things smell like vinegar, and it's weird because like then I go, that doesn't smell. That smells okay, and food smells okay. But then I'll be walking along, and it's like I smell vinegar, and it's like. But apparently that I've read now that is a symptom, is that you smell ammonia or something like that. Bearded Drifter, yay! Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Yes, my 50k. Yeah, I will do a proper live stream at some point. I've just been yeah. Yeah, Melissa says she's got a faint line on hers. She's lost her taste, but she just got it back last night. It's weird because I've got taste, but that now there you go. See, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? I made myself a curry, and I put in all the normal spices I normally do, and it tasted very bland, apart from one taste. And I think what this COVID thing does is it doesn't attack all your taste buds. It just attacks some of them. So some of them are still working and things taste the way they should. But I was like, this has got to be the blandest curry I've ever made, because it's like I couldn't taste the curry. And I was like, And I was thinking, now I think about it, it makes more sense now. Yeah. I was thinking, shit, I must have just made a shit curry, but I know that I put in the same amount of sauces and spices that I normally do. And yeah, so I reckon that's probably what it was, And today walking around, like really weird smell, yeah, Urbexy says the smell thing is nuts. Everything was smelling like iron, like rust. Yeah, yeah, vinegar. That's what I would say. Is everything was smelling like malt vinegar. It's like just walking down the road, malt vinegar, and I'm like, is it on me? And I'm like, it's not on me. It's nothing on me. What the hell is it? And it's like, yeah, weird. Mm. Urbex, he says, what bugged the crap out of him is you have days where you feel almost normal. That's like today, and then it comes back like a hammer. However, I am taking Ivermectin, so yeah, yeah. Hopefully, it'll do a Vindaloo. Yeah, I'd probably do a Fall. Here he is.
Hello, I'm just making sure my mic's on and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, God knows what happened there. It all went funny, the screen. It looked like you disappeared first, then John, then me.
Oh, Daniel Draper says he could only smell fish. We're talking about things like my smell has gone weird with the old Big C, and everything's smelling like vinegar. Like I'm I can smell vinegar everywhere. You know, weird, but there's
Yeah.
obviously not vinegar everywhere. Even though I love to use it as an aftershave, you know, vinegar, and you know, but I can't understand why I could possibly be smelling it otherwise. But yes, so
Has this John gone disappeared on his own, or is that the computer that's done that to him?
John Bon Jovi, yeah,
All right.
yeah, John
So I'll
gone
be back in a minute.
long time, yeah. Barry
So
Crump
kick
says,
him,
"How do you
or
get?" I haven't.
no, shall I? Or is that?
He said he was on a phone call.
Oh, he's
It's
on the
up to
phone
you.
call.
You
Right.
you could drop him, and when he comes back visible, you can bring him back in. You can just,
I'll just leave him like that, how he is.
you don't have to kick him, but
No, I didn't know whether he was frozen out or he jumped out
yeah.
himself.
Ivermectin. Well, all you got to do is you got to own a horse, right? And you got to know that you own a horse, and be prepared to say that you do own a horse, and that the medicine is for the horse, and the horse is like between 12 and 16 hands high, and it is not pregnant. The horse isn't pregnant, and then they send it to you in the post, and it's great. Yeah, but make sure you only use it on your horse. Right, that's all I can say.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, you are not qualified as a doctor, so yeah, you can't take your advice as
No,
whatever.
you know, ivermectin for horse use, you know, is obviously for horse use, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to go downstairs and reset my computer, reboot my internet. So
Oh my
hopefully
God.
that sorted things out.
Oh, you did,
Yeah,
and that's why it took so long to come back on, because it was reconnecting the broadband. Oh yeah, yeah, shit.
that's the one. Better safe
Yeah.
than sorry.
Mm. But yeah, it's funny because I mean, I told people about ivermectin ages ago. And by the way, you know, do not do anything other than apart from your advice from your doctor or the World Health Organization. Okay, that it's the only advice you can follow regarding these things. But I did tell people a long time ago about this, like like you know, right, like near after. Yeah, and now they're starting to go, ooh, maybe we could do that. Maybe that's a thing, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned it once or twice. I think once on my live stream a couple of years ago about catching it off the dogs. There was a news article saying, "Oh, dogs can pass it on to you now," and all that. And I've not heard nothing since. That's the only one article I heard about that. So what happened there? You know what I mean? Is it just another scare tactic they were using? I'm not saying it wasn't genuine what's going on, because obviously I've caught it. You know what I mean? It is something out there, but but yeah,
Barry Crump is he's got two mares, two Welsh cobs that have got worms. Yeah, sorry, and absolutely. Yeah, you know, there are many websites out there where you can get it from. I think mine was Medivet. Um, I got I could probably find out for you now. Hang on, let me just see where it was. Is it like where have I been today on the web? Let me just check. Look.
you like David Drome Adventures. Thanks for sharing us out.
Yeah. Hang on, Medi something. Blah, 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 blah. It's Medi something. Hang on, I've got it. I've got a receipt for it in my. Oh no, it wasn't Medi. It was why don't you? I tell you what, right? Just email me, right, and I'll let you know. I don't want to go banging out the details of places that could get them into trouble. Okay, just email me, send me an email, and I'll let you know. Yeah, but it's basically it's a place called Something Drug, and it is in the UK, and it's totally legal as long as you know you're using it for veterinary purposes, you know. So, yeah, but I don't want to shit on my own supplier of these things as well. Like, you know, because they obviously they have to ask you questions about your animals. So, you know, you tell them that that's what you got, and that's all they need. Yeah. So yeah.
Aye. Do you know what happened at ALW and KSL? KSI, is it? KSL?
Hello, I'm back.
IKS, sorry.
I was going to say KSI. What, he's been hanging around with like multi-million subscriber YouTubers. KSI. I mean,
Well,
IKS.
you know me.
Yeah.
I always get the names wrong and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's
Well,
just me.
KSI is an anagram of IKS, I suppose. But yeah.
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 They went to France, didn't they, and went into a bunker. Basically, a bunker, three-story bunker, and when they got to the bottom floor, none of them could breathe. So they don't know whether it was a gas, some sort of gas that was left down there, that started leaking, because he's been down there before and they could breathe, but now they can't breathe. They don't know whether it's bad circulation or just bad air, or whether there's a gas cylinder that's leaked. So they're looking to get out of there.
Bloody hell, yeah. Well, CO2 goes to the lowest level. So if there is something CO2-ish, it will kind of settle down to the lowest level. So when you get to the lowest point, I think, you know.
Yeah, that's probably where it all gathers around, like you say, especially if there's no air that comes in and breathes around or circulates.
Yeah.
Yes, CO2's heavier, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, bearded drifter. The thing is with that, with the dosage is, if you're a horse, right? A horse is like massively proportionally larger than a dog, right? So like it costs a fraction of the price to buy a tube of horse, you know, ivermectin, which will be just about the right size for like giving a well, I don't know, another type of animal, something that is like, you know, on the other, like, you know, maybe in the mammalian family of animals, you know, you could give it, but it would be a lot cheaper. You get a lot more, you know. Whereas if you buy for a dog, it's probably going to cost you a lot of money for not much. Yeah. Whereas if you buy it for a horse, it's like, if I could buy it for sperm whales, you know, I'd be buying the sperm whale like ivermectin amount, you know, because it would be much cheaper, because they go, oh, they need loads of it because they're much bigger. Yeah.
It's like anything, if you buy it in bulk, you get a better price, don't you?
So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he was talking about having a gas meter, and next time he goes to places like that, he's going to be taking it with him no matter what.
And you've got to have a multi-gas meter, you know. It's not just, you've got to have there's
4-way one.
Oxygen, for amount of oxygen, CO2, and there's the nasty one, which is the well, no, you don't tend to get carbon monoxide in caves and things like that. Natural places in caves, you tend to get the
one's low air.
Yeah. It's something to H2. It's like a sulfurous type of
H2SO4, sulfur dioxide.
Might be that one, H2SO4. Yeah. Let's have a look. Gas meters. Yeah. So they get poison gas meter. Here we are. Yeah. I've got one that does the poisonous stuff, because that's the one that will knock you out really quickly. With oxygen or CO2, you'll feel all weird, but you'll have enough time to get out, you know. But with the poison stuff, the moment you start feeling weird, you'll be out within seconds. It's like the moment you haven't got time to get away. So yeah, which one is it now? It's one of these BW clips are the ones done That's the one I've got, a BW clip.
Can you show it on screen?
I can, but it's not the exact one though, because this is an O2 one. I wanted to get you the one that's got the multi. So hang on, let's try that multi pass.
I was going to say that multi pass.
They're not cheap, folks. You know, like an oxygen one is £100, right? But if you multiply that by how many sensors it's got, and it becomes like 200, 300, 400 pounds, you know, for having the sensors in it. But here we are. Here's a 4-way sensor. Yeah, it's H2S. H2S is the nasty. Yeah.
What's that? Hydrogen?
Hydrogen sulfur.
Yeah.
Hydrogen disulfide, probably. Yeah, 2 hydrogen, H2S. I don't know.
Hydrogen sulfur. No, I don't know. That's bugging me now because H2SO4 I thought was sulfide.
Yeah. So siphon and hydroxy coaxiline. Yeah, that's the one.
Are you sharing up the screen yet, Matt?
Oh yeah, no, right. Hang on, I'll bring it up now. Right, sorry.
I just didn't know whether you pressed the right ones or not.
H2S.
H2S, that's the one. Yeah. Right, where is it then? It's this one. BW gas alert. Right. This is the daddy of all types of sensors if you want to be totally safe. Right, because it does flammable gases, so you could blow yourself up with an open flame. Right. CO, which is carbon, H2S, and O2. So yeah, hydrogen sulfide, yeah, and carbon monoxide, CO, carbon monoxide. Yeah, because CO2 is carbon monoxide because it's CO2 because it's got 2. So it's CO2, but CO is carbon monoxide 1 instead of 2. Yeah. So it's monoxide 1, mono, and that is the stuff that comes out of exhausts on cars and burning.
That's the killer.
Yeah. So CO and H2S are the ones that will basically you'll be walking along, you'll feel a bit weird, and bang, you'll be out like a light. Whereas with CO2 and O2, not enough of or too much of, you'll feel very weird, and it can actually it gets. I've heard it gets like painful. It's like your brain starts paining out, like something's wrong, but you kind of know that run back the way you came, and you'll be back into fresh air, you know. But like you won't get that chance with CO and H2S. You'll feel weird, and all of a sudden you'll just bang, you'll be out straight away, and that's it. You will die because you'll be breathing in that where you're sitting, you know, and you won't have a chance. So yeah, but there we are, £337 from Ribble Enviro Limited.
Is that the one you've got? Yeah.
No. I've only got the one that's got the H2S, which is
that's the site Ribble. Yeah, see the limited there.
Yeah. So, but you see, with VAT, it's £404. You know, and these things last about 2-3 years, 2-year warranty, and then you can actually send them back into the companies, or you can pay money, but it's not cheap. It'll cost you probably about £100. You can have them recertified.
Yeah, recalibrated.
So, yeah.
Apparently, like you say, you got to send them off to get recalibrated every so often. But when you're using it, you're supposed to be outside when you turn it on in fresh air, so it can calibrate itself, the conditions, what your area, what's surrounding you. So therefore, if you go in like a cave or anything, then it knows the levels have dropped and stuff like that. So there's like 2 different calibrations, one on the field calibration and one where it calibrates the actual machine itself.
Yeah, hypoxia, Urbexy makes a good point here. Hypoxia makes you feel very relaxed, which is why they say if you're going up Everest or if you're flying an aircraft and you're going up and up and up and you don't realize the oxygen levels are dropping, right? The way that you would know that you've got it is you either get tunnel vision, which means grab an oxygen mask immediately if you get tunnel vision, right? And the only other way that you would know that you've got it is you do feel just incredibly relaxed. And then what you're supposed to do is, if you're feeling incredibly relaxed, you're supposed to say, oh, hang on, what's 2 plus 2? What's 4 plus 4? What's 8 times 5? So yeah, and you're supposed to do like basic maths. And if you can't answer those, if you can't do basic maths, it's a big alarm for you to say, actually, I'm suffering hypoxia. So if you're in an aircraft and you suddenly realize you're feeling very relaxed, but you can't add 2 and 2, that what you do basically at that point is you grab the oxygen mask, but you basically dive the aircraft down very fast below 10,000 feet, because then everybody will be okay. But yeah,
I didn't notice the warranty on that gas meter. I was going to say, it doesn't really matter if there's a warranty on it, because if it don't work, you're dead, aren't you? You
Well,
can't go
yeah.
back and ask for your money back.
Well, maybe whoever pulls your body out of there will try and get a refund. See if they can get like 2 or 3 McDonald's tokens.
Yeah, we rescued the machine. It's a shame about the person, but we rescued the machine. We're claiming his compensation.
Yeah, I bought one of these PLB beacon things because when I'm out in a boat, if you fall overboard, I mean, you're so flat in the water, just your head bobbing up like over the water. It could take them a long time to find you. Even with helicopters and boats, there's such a large area. So what you can have is one of these PLB beacons, and you basically pull it out of your pocket and you pull up the antenna. It's all waterproof, but you pull up the antenna and you just press go, and it just transmits your position, your GPS position out, and the satellites pick it up, and they then know exactly where you are. And they're about 300 quid. But again, I thought, well, it's one of those, isn't it? If you fall in the water, people talk about hypothermia. Even in the summer, you're not too bad, but like in the winter, it's like you've got limited time for people to get to
You ain't got much time at all.
No. 20 minutes in freezing conditions, maximum 4 minutes, they say, in a lot of freezing conditions, 4 minutes, and you're actually unconscious. So falling in the water is not really something you want to be doing in the winter. But I have got an immersion suit, and with an immersion suit, full like dry suit, if I went out in the winter wearing the dry suit and things went wrong and you end up in the water, you've got a couple of hours, for them to find you. So
yeah, but you can imagine that though, 4 minutes or something in the water, because when it's summer, you hear about people jumping in reservoirs and drowning because of the coldness. The shock gets to them, and that happens. Well, less than 4 minutes. As soon as they jump in, hits them, they can't really do anything because the shock's got to them, and yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? So anything with him hitting the water up to, like, say, 20 minutes, half an hour tops, I'd say. But there has been cases where there's people being found like hours, and they've been really close to death and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's this added factor that they talk about with sometimes the shock to your system actually puts your body into like a
Hypothermia.
hypothermia stasis mode, whereby you can survive a bit longer, but it's not going to be well known. And so says Matt, that's a W suit. It's not a wet suit, it's a dry suit, mate. It's a dry suit. It's like they use with North Sea, and the rescue people use, the RNLI. They put this suit. You put this suit on, right, and you have to like get it over your neck as like a rubber seal, and you have to like squeeze this thing over your neck, and then it basically it's like as if it's choking you, but it doesn't let the water in, and it's basically got rubber seals there. So the only things that are out there are your hands, right, your hands, but everything else is sealed, and you wear clothes and you zip it up, and it's watertight, and then basically when you fall in the water, the heat isn't taken directly away from you because you've got clothing on, and you still got your head is going to be above the water, your hands are going to get friggin' freezing, but it's like a dry suit will give you some people have talked about like up to 24 hours, but not, it depends, not like Antarctic freezing conditions, but like up to 24 hours of like normal, sort of, normal seas that we get around the UK. Because even though it's quite cold right now, the seas are still very warm up until about, I think, well, about now, October, I think is now you start to go into the winter temperatures of the sea, because the summer temperatures will still be kind of moving around. It won't be like the freezing temperatures, but it's like about now from sort of like October, September, up until about like March, and then the water starts to warm up again, and yeah. So you can't piss in a dry suit. You can. You can. It'll just go down to your feet, though. Your feet will be a bit warm for a minute. Yeah.
Bit moist, your feet, yeah.
Mm, mm,
Aye.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of guys on one of my videos wearing a dry suit. It was a reddish, Regis for Ale, Country Park. They were doing some working on the embankment, and basically there's blokes in the water had these suits on, like you say, wrapped around the neck and stuff, and they had to get people in and out by unzipping them from behind and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the same suit or not, or it could have been a wetsuit, but it looks
Yeah.
like quite dry underneath, like a t-shirt and that they were wearing.
Divers wear them, and they wear special like thick padding as well. So like you have to put on like an undersuit, and the undersuit is like this fuzz, like this thick fuzz that you wear on the underneath, and that holds the surface away from your skin. So that fuzz is your insulation layer. So you have to put all this insulation layer on first, so you can still have your clothes on, but you've got to have enough thickness of clothing. So what they do is they put the insulation layer on, then they put the suit on, and then the suits as well on top of that, some of them are actually, they pump hot water into them, so they
Yeah,
actually have like veins
Yeah.
going through them, and they actually pump, they got a connector, and they're going to have like a one in and one out, because the water has to circulate, so they have to have like hot water in and medium temperature water coming back out.
That's
And then
that's
basically,
what they use in the Yukon for when they do diving for gold and stuff. They have the suit, and they have like warm water going through,
yeah,
and it obviously comes out. They constantly have that because they're under there for a while, obviously on the sea floor, so they need something to keep themselves warm.
yeah,
There's like a guy above on the boat, and they circulate the water and make sure it's the right temperature, because basically otherwise they just boil them.
yeah, I've heard that as well.
am I aware of the euthanasia roller coaster? No. But I'm gonna go and get some beer and see whether I can bump myself off with that. If enough cans of it in a short space of time, I reckon it probably could do the same job. So we'll try it out tonight, folks. We'll see whether it works. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's just me or whether you're frozen on your screen, because I can just see you frozen. John, I can hear you, but I can't see you moving.
I don't know. You keep losing on my side. You just keep freezing. Matt's all right, but then he just freezes.
Oh, what have I done now?
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. I pressed the wrong something on the buttons. Am
Oh, hello.
I there? Hello? Oh, don't say that. Can you hear me? It's not that.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. I'm still here. It's a bit weird that. Yeah, I'm just looking on. Yeah, it looks like I've frozen. Then it comes back all right.
I'm just checking it on mine now.
I don't know what's going on there. Let me see.
Yeah, you're still moving there, but on StreamYard,
Yeah, you froze on StreamYard as well.
I don't even know what I've done with StreamYard now. 1 minute. I don't know.
Let me try something.
Yeah, I'm still on the screen. You can see that I'm still on the screen.
Happens quite a bit. I don't know why it's doing it recently.
It. Yeah. I flew over to France once in my thruster aircraft. You know, my like proper little aircraft. And I thought, I'll fly over to Calais. How hard can it be? It won't take long because I'm flying really fast. It's like doing 80 knots. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know. And the wind was against me. And instead of taking I thought it would take about an hour over the water. It took like about 2.5 hours. And I was just like, shit. And I didn't have a dry suit. So I was thinking to myself, shit, if I come down in the water now, I'm screwed. And I thought, oh, well, don't worry, because the wind is coming against me. So tomorrow I'll be coming back twice as fast. It'll be like half an hour. It should be like, boom. And it's and the wind went 180 degrees the other way. And then coming back the next day, doggy, Jesus. Something smells a bit weird. Anyway, yeah. So the wind went round, and I had a 2.5 hours with clouds. I was having to fly down really low to get underneath the clouds to get back, and it was like, ah. And of course, when you're in that sort of situation, what you do is they teach you a technique, which I then used, which was you fly near whatever boats you see going through the channel, and you fly near them. So basically, if your engine fails, you basically fall out of the sky in front of a boat. So they go, oh shit, aircraft just went down in the sea, and then they'll throw you out some sort of boat or something to come and get you, you know. And it's and they'll inform people where you are. And I thought, Jesus, you know, they tell you about flying over water. They say flying over water, don't do it unless you absolutely have to, you know, in a single engine aircraft. And it was after that I thought, right, I'm going to get one of these dry suits. Never used it in the aircraft, but I've got it for the boat, you know. So, yeah.
Oh,
It's me and you.
Yes. Matt, just out of curiosity, does either me or Will just sort of freeze and disappear?
You haven't been, not really.
Oh, what's going on here?
He's cloned himself.
That's weird.
Yeah, I can't get
he must have
my brother, my twin brother,
signed
for
in
some
with
reason.
a different. Yeah, were you using a different browser? Coming in twice.
Something like that, yeah.
You've had them now. You've had the treats. There's nothing now. Oh,
I don't know what's going on there.
Gutted.
Am I getting an echo, or is it just me?
You're all right.
No,
it's just me then. I'll fake this in. I'll be back in a sec. Just have to reset this. I can't hear none of you. Well, I can hear you, but there's loads of echo.
Oh, he's frozen.
You can also clone your friends as well and have their voice as well. So this is it's the urban legend, but you can have your mates' faces and speak like them as well.
Should I talk to you? Everyone's fucking regenerating.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm a lot better, thank you. How are you doing?
A
lot
Not too
better.
bad.
Yeah.
It's good to see Screamfest.
It was good to see you all, and I don't care what people say about the community, saying it's toxic. It was a beautiful, very welcoming night. It was.
It was. It was like, I mean, it was just
Hi,
one
John.
silly thing, but apart from that, everything else was really nice. We all had a great, we had a great
Oh no.
evening. We all went back to a pub. We all had fun. Will's in and out, but yeah, it was great, wasn't it? It was really good.
It was, yeah.
We were all panicking because we all had to drink, but we all went to sleep in our cars. But we didn't intend driving off. But we all went to sleep in our cars, so we didn't get up till the afternoon. But everyone was like, so can they do you like for being in your car? Like if you give somebody else your keys? I said, oh yes. They don't give a shit if you're pissed in your car, even if you haven't got the keys, they'll fucking have you.
Yeah. I didn't really sleep that morning. It was awful. I thought Will got in the back of his car, so I thought I'll try and spread my legs on his driver's side and then over on the passenger side, and it just wasn't working. The gear stick was stuck in awkward places.
You sure that was the gear stick?
You could have jumped in the back. You could have jumped in the back of mine. You seen how much room I got in the back because I take the middle seats out. It's like, but I just sleep in the driver's seat. I just put the seat back like that. But there's like all that room there. Yeah, you could have gone in there.
I know.
But then if I was sensible, I would have taken the back seats out and put the mattress in there and just slept in there. But I'm just not that sensible. It's just too much effort. I'm just like, just sleep in the driver's seat. It's easier.
It's getting on now. It's getting late. Just bloody crash here. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really good. Apart from us all getting the coof, a few days later, I've only just gone back to work today. Yeah, because they wouldn't allow me back into work. They said, right, we need you to do a test the night before and in the morning. So I've got 2 definitely negatives. So yeah, I was all right this morning. Yeah. Fingers crossed I'll get paid for it because it's not my fault, is it?
Well, yeah, I'm pleased in a way because it's put my probation thing back. But like I've been well prepared to go to the probation, but I couldn't because I'm just like, well, I'm going to end up spreading it to you if I come. And they're like, no, don't come.
Yeah, like, about 5 of us got it, didn't we? I think I got it, you got it, Will got it. I think Melissa got it. I think Jackie Green got it.
Yeah, and Jackie Green's friend. Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice to see Jackie and Mel as well. It's Mel as well. And Jordan and Dan and his mum and dad and, Abandoned World Explorer and...
Yeah, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else said they got it. I did ask, I asked Josh, like, did he get it? And I think he came back and said no. So it's like Dan had a slight throat, but then nothing.
Yeah.
But I reckon there's probably some other people must have got it from being in there.
Yeah. Hi, everyone in the chat.
I asked Flex, he said he didn't get it.
No, I think he's getting married. Did he get married this week?
I spoke to Dan actually as well, and he was all right.
Yeah, he did. Apparently, this weekend has just gone.
Oh, nice. Because he said they didn't get married. Yeah.
Somebody was up there, wasn't it? Was Will up there, or somebody was up there?
I was up there.
You were up there, right?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah. I met Dan Dixon, and Josh was there as well.
Cool.
So yeah, good fun.
Lady Lucifer, we've seen you as well, and Luke. Yeah.
Even the weather was good actually, because like going up there, it was like it's a proper torrential rain, and then coming back was the same. Like there was thunderstorms, everything on the way back. I'm like doing 40 miles an hour on a motorway. Couldn't do any more. Literally.
How long did it take to get there, John?
Aquaplaning.
It would probably take at least, if you're doing half speed, I reckon it'd probably take you 5-6 hours, wouldn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Took about that.
Yeah.
I stopped off in Birmingham anyway, but like it's still a nightmare.
I believe Birmingham's a nightmare anyway, in it for driving.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not too fussed with the driving, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
just the other idiots on the road, you know. I had like getting up there, I had 2 people nearly crash into me. It's like, oh, here we go. At least
Just
I know my brakes work in the wet. That's all I can say.
just get out my way. Just get out my way.
Well, yeah, they just brake for no reason. Like it's like a clear road. Okay, it's a lot of torrential rain, but then all of a sudden there's nothing. They just brake. It's like, oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Don't even have their fucking lights on.
What's happened to Will? What's happened to
I don't
Will?
know. He's popped off. Yeah. I had an event once where I had to go to London and people were saying, oh, it's all right up here. It's not too bad. And I was like, it was so bad, the fog. It was like one of those things you could only see like 10 feet in front of the car. And I was like
Yeah.
driving like 10 miles an hour and I couldn't see the white line even. I was just driving like that. And I got from here, because if anybody doesn't know, I live quite near Stonehenge, but I mean, it's like about, I don't know, 10 miles from here. And I hadn't even got to Stonehenge, like, you know, and my brain was just melting. It was just like, and I just said, I've had a, fuck this. I was like, I've had a guts full. And I just said, and I rang my mates up and I said, I'm really sorry, I'm not coming. I said, the fog is so bad, it's just done my nut. And I'm going to have an accident. And by the time I get there, I'm driving 10 miles an hour. Like, you know, by the time I get there, it's going to take me about 8 hours to get to you. You know, it should only take me an hour and a half. I said, nah, forget it. I just can't do this.
No, you will.
I can't do this.
Right.
Oh,
It was really weird. Every time I stopped, it stopped raining.
Hello, Carl. How's things?
Yeah. I was just saying, when you went off, I was just coming on listening, so I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll play along and say, you could also do this as well, clone your friends and talk like them. You know, when you were doing double screen stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm right.
I don't know what I've done. I got rid of the one I'm on now. So I went back in StreamYard and redone it. But yeah, it opened another one. Then I couldn't get rid of that one because I already had this one, or yeah, vice versa. Or I don't know. Done it in the end.
Yeah.
You've done it in the end? Jesus. Never thought it about you, mate.
No, but this live stream started so good. My mic was working, everything came on nice and sweet, nothing wrong. And then all of a sudden, my internet started buffering and doing all sorts.
Yeah. It'll be all right on the night, as they say, don't they? It'll be all right on the night.
Yeah.
I watched the video, by the way. With, I think he was in it, wasn't he? Brady and Matthew.
Yeah.
The Elgar
Brady.
brothers. Not Elgar brothers, sorry.
Eva brothers.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. The Elgar brothers, they're the ones who've got a lockup in Macclesfield ammunition, that secret bunker what Matthew was talking
I
about.
was going to say Elgar brothers, an air rifle, or to do air rifles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
they've
it's not. Yeah, it's not an English firm. It's I think it's German.
Yeah, but they've got that lockup. Do you know the bunker, secret bunker?
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah. I think they supply the police.
Yeah,
oh,
the ammunition.
So we never actually found out what was going on there.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't appear anywhere ever.
Yeah, and that's why it's taken off Google Maps as well as secret bunker. I believe it's been taken off.
Has it been taken off the maps now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Can you imagine if we'd got in there? It was 50. It was. Can you imagine? It was 50-50, wasn't it? Do you remember? It was 50-50. Do we go in this door or do we go in this door? We went in that door, and it was like, I won't say what was in there. It was just like, but it was just equipment, and it was like, oh shit. But by that point, we knew like time was starting to, like, the timer was ticking down. So we're like, oh shit. These are the videos, right, folks, that you've never seen, or you've never seen them because they're so close to the line. You can't. Yeah. And I'm glad we didn't get in there then, because Yeah, who'd be
You did
walking
say
out there with
Elder
some
Brothers,
machine
didn't you?
guns going like, hey, what's this do? Oh, it's a real one. Oh, no, shit, it's not a paintball gun. Shit, it's real.
Carl, can you see the screen there? You did say Elder Brothers, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said Elder Brothers. Yeah, that's the basically make air rifles and guns and obviously ammunition and stuff like that as well. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what they do, yeah. Yeah.
I've only heard of them because I was into my air rifles, and yeah, that's how come I knew the name of the firm.
Right, yeah. Hello, Adrian. I've just put your chat on now. I'm on my phone, you see, so I've got to keep switching.
I've got about 5 or 6 videos which would probably like get a lot of hits, but would probably get me arrested if I ever put them out. There's like, oh, that's what's in there. Oh shit, no, shit, oh shit, right.
Yeah, so I've got one more day work tomorrow because I booked Thursday, Friday off. So I'm going Wales, bit of camping with my other friend from Nottingham, GTR. Gonna do a bit of camping, an Halloween video.
Yeah, Bucharest says he knows a guy who got done for sleeping in his car. Yeah, I've been sleeping in my car in a sleeping bag, and I've had the police banging on my window like, "Arr!" And I'm like, what? And they're like, well, why are you sleeping? And it's like, it's a car park. I said, it's a long drive back, and I knew I'd have to sleep a few times. I'm not going to get a bloody hotel because it's too expensive. I just sleep in a sleeping bag. And they're like, ugh. But the thing is, they see your car parked in a, like a camping area or like a what do you call it, like a picnic area, and they come for you. They're like, what are you doing there? Why are you in your car for?
Yeah.
And they go after you. And I know a friend who didn't have his keys on him and wasn't near his vehicle. He was in a pub, and the police came in. They said, we were nicking you, and they did him for it. And he lost his license, right? And he was drunk, but he had his keys on him, and he was in a pub. Now, I think that's probably pushing it a bit far, but they did do him, and he did lose his license.
Where are you supposed to put your keys in when you go to the pub?
How does that work out?
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody must have dobbed him in and said, like, he's backing for his vehicle or something like that. And they were like, they said, have you been across to your vehicle? And he must have said yes. He was, oh yeah, I went over there and got some stuff, but I wasn't going to drive it. No. You went to your vehicle, you had your keys, you're in charge of the vehicle, and you're drunk. And they fucking did him for it. So all I'm going to say is, right, just remember, right, that the law is this way and the police are fucking that way. Yeah. So, and they can do you. If they want to do you, they'll do you, and you may have to like
the ignition on. Even if you've not turned the ignition on, they can still do
you.
Yeah,
even because you've got the control of the keys in your hand. That means you can jump in the vehicle whenever you want and drive off. So therefore, if you're under the influence, yeah, just having the keys in your pocket or even in the same room as you, it means you're the one who's in control of that motor vehicle while you're at a drink.
Get out the way! If they're going schizo to the keys, get out the room. I don't want to get arrested.
But like I said,
I'll put you outside. I'll put you out the front door with the keys.
Like I said to Matt the other week when we all said, "Oh, what happens if we swap the keys over?" Because I can't drive off in my car, but yeah, fair enough. They won't get me done for being in control of my car. They'll get me drunk in control of being in control of his car if I've got his keys.
Yeah, stealing his car, but you've got his keys, so you're not stealing his car in a way. But you are. No, I don't know.
No, not yeah, exactly. But I could jump in and throw him out. Basically, this is what they see in the eyes of the law. You know what I mean? I've got control of the keys. He's not. I can open the door, throw him out without him knowing while he's asleep, lock the door and drive off, and vice versa with him. So yeah, giving it someone else like that, it's not good. The only way to do that really is if you go to your car, unlock the car, then go back to the pub and hand the keys into the pub overnight.
The landlord, yeah. Please may you look after my keys because I'll get arrested by the police if they see them on me.
Yeah, that's probably the only way. But saying that, you won't be able to turn your heating on then if it's cold. You know what I mean? In the winter.
So you could
So
always get a taxi to the pub.
where's from though? Macclesfield, bleeding hell. I hope you're paying for that one.
Well, we don't know. Where is this pub? Where is this pub? Where have you parked
Burton
your
on,
car?
it was Burton on Trent, wasn't it? And I'm from
Oh,
Boston.
right.
Well,
That's
from
what
Manchester, yeah.
that's what you're talking about. Right, okay.
So it'd have cost a lot of money by taxi, that pal.
Right, now I'm with you. Right, you're talking about that night when you slept in the car with your keys
Yeah.
and you right, with you now.
And I said, what happens if we give each other different keys? But obviously,
Yeah.
it'll be control of their vehicle, they're not the vehicle you're in.
Yeah. Oh, they'd love that, the police, wouldn't they? Oh, we've
Yeah.
got a good one here. He's got his keys, he's got his keys, he's got his keys, he's got his skateboard.
So when it goes to court, they'll be like, right, so he's in control of that vehicle that he was slept in. No, he was in the control of the vehicle that Matt was slept in, but he was in control of the vehicle that Thingy was slept in. They're like confused.
You could have just given me the keys because I can't drive. I'm just minding the keys. What would they say then? I'm still in control.
You're still in control of the vehicle.
Yeah, but I don't drive though. I haven't got a license.
No, but you're under the influence, and don't mean you can't do daft things when you're not drunk. You know what I mean? Like try and drive someone's car.
Yeah, I can be stupid when I'm drunk.
Pagan Wanderer, as he said, he got caught pissed in an abandoned pub a few months back. He had a drink, he had his keys on him, and they tried doing him for that plus burglary.
Jeez.
Jeez. It's serious shit. You know, they try it on because it's like whatever they can go for, they'll go for. You know, like you got your keys. Oh well, you're over the limit. You know, like let's do you for that. But what else can we do you for? And they'll just go for anything they can. You know.
Can I just say, Lucifer, that sounds a bit naughty and a bit kinky. That key swapping car park. Party.
He's swapping everyone.
Frederick bury in the ground under a rock. Yeah.
Disconnect your battery and then tell them to fuck off because they try and go, oh, you try and start it then.
Yeah.
Frederick Humphrey says if a barman gives your keys back to somebody who's over the limit, he can get done as an accessory.
Yeah. Suppose they could, yeah. If you're looking at the law side, in a way.
Yeah.
The law is a bit at times English law is a bit funny because common sense doesn't rule within the law, like you say. Know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people don't have common sense. That's why health and safety's gone mad over the years. I always wonder to myself, I think that's so obvious, that's so this, but there is a lot of people who don't have common sense, especially at our work. We work in the labs. They're very brainy at stuff like that, but when it comes to common sense, they haven't got any.
Yeah.
So is them people.
I understand what you mean by that.
Yeah.
I think we all get people like that in no matter what line of business we're in.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get off soon. Not long got in. And I need to Google some stuff in Wales for GTR for when we go camping Thursday. See what's about.
Yeah. Oh, what was you saying about the Eva brothers, anyway?
I got mixed up with your video. It sounded similar for some reason.
Oh, to that other brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of big steam hammers that we came across?
I know, yeah.
Place that's pretty cool, wasn't it? You don't see history like that much.
No. Take a lot to shift them out of the way as well.
Yeah, apparently there was a scrapper truck that came up with a high-ab on, and they had to go picking it up, but the old truck was tilting to one side, so they had to just abandon it. And then apparently the police turned up and had them empty-handed though. Yeah, had them empty-handed. Always the case, isn't it? They have the people when they've got nothing on them and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's that place where we seen that guy, wasn't he? When he was coming out of the ground, he was digging for copper, wasn't he? Is that the same place?
Yeah, that's the same place.
Yeah,
And it
This
changed
guy's
a
up
lot.
there,
That
isn't it? Yeah,
totally changed, all stripped out now. Everything.
Looked good on the drone. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We could make out where the fire brigade were when they turned up with the gas leak and stuff.
Yeah, after climbing down the lift shaft at the beginning, I say that's where the roof's falling down. The panel above is where the gas pipe is underneath. That's where the gas main was, where you can actually turn it on and it's just gassing out gas out of a pipe like that.
Right.
Hence they had to phone the fire brigade and get it all sealed off.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Your son's BMX was there, wasn't it, or his scooter?
It wasn't my son's. I thought it was his son's, my son's mate, but it wasn't his mate. It was some girls that we just jumped on and had a quick go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. I wanted to go with that. I weren't leaving without having a go.
Yeah.
But it was a bit weird, wasn't it? Because like we said, all right, so and then she said like, that's my scooter, and we said, is it your scooter? I said, well, why were you leaving it in a building and just like going for a walk? Like, are you insane? Like, you know, really? And she's like, yeah, it's mine. And I said, yeah, but like, who would have like a £200 scooter or £300 scooter and just leave it like and just walk away from it? It's like
Yeah.
you can see like how we've just thought, hello, what's this scooter doing here? And it's like we're having a laugh with it. But like if we wanted to, we could have nicked that. She goes, oh, it is mine. I said, yeah, but how can you prove it's yours? Oh, well, it is mine. And I'm like, yeah, but you ain't got a key for it, have you? And you ain't got you ain't got a lock on it. So how can you prove it's yours?
Exactly. When I seen it, like I said, I thought it was my son's mate, and that's why I said, "Oh, my mate, my son's mate said, or my mate said, or whatever."
Yeah.
On the video. Yeah.
How was your stroke, Matthew?
Stroke. My vinegar stroke.
You had the legend. 9 o'clock.
Yeah. I don't know what strokes are we on about. Sorry, I'm still trying to work out
the video that you've done for us, saying the tonight live chat.
Oh, I was like that. Oh, get over to not Secret Vault, the urban legend.
Yeah. Someone else commented on my comment on there because I left a comment on the. And they said I was thinking that too. That you had a stroke.
Yeah.
Rob there saying he's a keyless entry car. My car is too old. Lucky to have keys. It is because my mum's was this keyless entry and they stole it. You know what I mean? So cars with keys are a lot safer than ones without keys, I'd say.
I'll tell you how that video came about because, like, I've got this thing of when I always film, I film myself from here.
Spinning.
And I end up putting my neck in, which double chins me like that. So I start filming. I go like, all right, it's Secret Vault, yeah. And then when I watch it back, it's like, it's like what you got to do is you got to be like, stand up straight, neck forward, and film from there or above, so it doesn't look like you don't look like a fat bastard. And so I thought, well, as I was trying to work out this magic angle. I just went, oh, I'll just go back like this, then I'll just go, right then, folks, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. It's like because I couldn't work out the magic angle to like get rid of my double chin. It's just don't do films like that, You'll be all right then. Just put your head, shoulders back, head forward. That's what they say, isn't it? Shoulders back, head forward.
Just hire a full film crew, you know what I mean, to do it for you.
What was his name? Used to do the tube. No. Used to do the tube.
Pianist.
Yeah.
Jules Holland.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Whenever time I seen him, he used to always remind me. He's got no neck. He introduced bands on him. No neck. Jules Holland. Yeah.
He's really good actually. When I was a projectionist, I was also doing like lighting and sound stuff, and we had him in the Muni Art Centre in Pontypridd, and he was there, and he sort of turned up and he sort of like had a little look around beforehand, and I was like, everything okay? And he's like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, okay, so do you want any beers or anything? We can bring some beers up for you. And he's like, yeah, okay then. And like we took him up to the green room, and then I literally had to give him his like, it's like 10 minutes, you're on. It's like so, and he was there, but he was like like all night long on the piano. It was like just like absolutely but he's one of these like polite pianists. He's like one of these ones that like puts his fingers down like as a and he's like that all night long. He's like bang, 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 bang. He is a very, very strong pianist.
Yeah. Just like watching later the Jules Holland where he joined in with loads of musicians. It was good though.
That was a good night. That was. He's a very good pianist. Fair play.
Right. Okay. I'll leave you to it. I'm going to get off, mate. So I'll catch you soon.
All right. Nice to see you, Carl. Anyway.
Yeah, take care, sir.
Yeah. Nice to see you well again. That's good. That's the main thing. That's good.
They're doing the same next year, Screenfest, and without the next year.
I'll next year. Just hope I don't bloody get it 2 days after, because I really enjoyed it. Don't care what people saying, it's toxic the community. It was no beef there or anything. It was just beautiful. It was nice to see everyone. It was really good.
It was.
Everyone just said hello to everyone and said, "Oh, hello, Carl," or "Hello, whoever." And
I know Dan said to me, "All right, Carl." He said, "I watched those your videos." All right, cheers, Dan.
Yeah.
Gordon was being polite and being all like quiet because he was like, and I said, "Yeah, why didn't you talk to people?" He goes, "Oh, none of them know who I am." And I said to somebody, "Do you know who he is?" And he went, "Oh, that's Jordan." I went, "There you go. They do know who you are. They just don't understand how you've been so quiet. That's what they don't understand."
Yeah, it's good, Jordan. He had a good laugh, in the pub and stuff, didn't he? Yeah, it was good.
He did, yeah. Like you say, at first he was a bit quiet. He didn't know how to take everyone at once and stuff like that. But it came down to us all and just chilled out, like you say. Yeah, it was a great night.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Thanks for inviting us, Will.
Yeah, no worries. It was like 24-hour notice. Matt gave us the heads up. I've got all about it, what day it was on. And then he said, "Oh, you come in?" It was like, "Oh, right, get Carl, see if he wants to got to go past your house anyway to get there." So I gave it a call.
Yeah, I've got past Darlingmore.
Yeah. Shame you couldn't get out a little bit earlier from work, else we could have.
Yeah, I know.
Spent a few more hours there. But saying that, it was good enough out like it was. Know what I mean? I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we only missed one of the attractions, didn't we? I think it was one we missed.
Yeah, I think that's down to me booking it maybe, because I did try and book at the fast track one, but obviously when we got there, we found out they gave us the wrong band for the fast track, and when we went and checked, they weren't the fast track one I booked; it was the normal one.
Yeah.
So if we had that a bit of time extra, we could have actually have done the fifth one as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'd have been pushing it then, because I mean it takes you like 15-20 minutes to do each attraction. There's 5 of them. Yeah. You work out how much time you got to it's very tight. It's very tight.
Yeah.
It was. We got to 4 and it was about 5 to 10 minutes out to get the last one in, basically.
Yeah.
So we done quite well get all 4 in.
I loved it in there. I like joining in with the actors. I've always liked that. I like to join in with them. Like when the little girl was crying in bed about the jacket or somebody in the wardrobe. And I was like, maybe she can't see us. We're all dead. Walking through.
I put you saying that on the camera, yeah.
Yeah, just a bit of fun joining in. Maybe we're all dead.
I'll tell you what I found quite weird. I don't know if you did the same sort of like wavelength as me, but like they were, some of these actors were like little kids. I mean, they
They were,
probably were like 20 or 30 years old, but they were up to year on me, and they were like
Yeah.
little kids, and I
And
was
kids
like,
about
shit.
7. Yeah, these little
They
girls
looked like they were babies, and they were dressed in baby clothing, and they looked like babies. But I was like, they're probably like adults. They probably got their own kids, but they look like little kids. Like they're proper
Yeah.
small actors. Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of them played the part really well. Like the people just walking around and just popping into tents and just coming up to you, being spooky and stuff like that. You know
That
what I
Freddy
mean?
Krueger. He was big,
Yeah.
wasn't he, Freddy Krueger? He was a big guy, he was.
That's what I mean. It just
Chainsaw
comes
Man.
from nowhere.
Yeah,
Chainsaw Man chased me out, but I think he knew that I wasn't so scared. But I saw he chased some other people out who literally were scared by it, and he was like, chasing after him. I was like, when he chased me, I ran just to make a thing of it, like, you know. But it was like he kind of he stopped. He knew I wasn't really that frightened. But yeah.
So as just said, Alex Belfield's putting an appeal.
Oh, that's the one who's been sent down, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the voice of reason on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
love to know where
was good. Where
if anybody knows where Alex Belfield is actually being housed, let me know, because I don't know how to send him a letter, and I'd like to send him a letter. So
Right. Yeah. Must be in the news somewhere where he is.
Well, I
But
think they said he would. I think they said he went to Belmarsh initially, but like, you know, he wouldn't be staying there very long. That's the thing.
is that an open prison or a high secure one? That one,
high security.
High security one. That.
Yeah. I think
we wouldn't have stayed there that long then if it's high security.
No.
Because at the end of the day, what has he done apart from what they say, harassing people?
Yeah, stalking accounts.
Yeah, so it's not really like he's gone and threatened people with their lives or anything like that. You know what I mean? So no need to be locked up in a high security unit.
I've seen that video with Ian Lee, you know, when Belfield rang
Beg
him
your
up.
pardon, Carl.
Okay, now.
I can smell that now as well. Oh.
So I just farted.
Something just went burp, burp.
Barp, barp.
No, what are you saying, Carl? Sorry about that.
I didn't hear it. I was just saying, seeing that Ian Lee one, where he rang him up, Alex Belfield, when he was going through depression and stuff like that.
What, in prison?
It's a while ago when Ian Lee was going through a bad patch, depression and stuff on his radio show, and Alex Belfield rang him up.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But I mean, he basically said, you know, he was basically pulling him up on some stuff, wasn't he? He was going like, you know, so what's your problem then? And Ian Lee was like, it was interesting because Ian Lee was like, I don't have to answer myself to you. I don't have to answer myself to you. And it was like, well, nobody didn't ask you to answer yourself to him. You're being over defensive, you know. He said, I can do whatever I want on my show and I've done nothing wrong. And it's like, well, you know, that's pretty much the same shit as Alex Belfield was saying. Like, you know, I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm just pointing things out. People don't like it, you know, I'm pointing things out. But but it's the difference. It's the difference, isn't it? You know, when you're on the BBC and when you're on like a big radio station, you know, you can get away with things that like anyone else would be like, fucking bang. We got you. Oh, look what you're doing. You're on YouTube fucking slagging people off. It's like, well, so is this guy on national television. He's slagging them off to millions of people.
Change so quick,
Matt. Alex Jones, he's got a big radio show and loads of people follow him, but he's been done. Yeah,
but like, how is he ever going to pay that?
He's not. Apparently, the businesses are being bankrupt. Declared it bankrupt now, aren't they? The actual business. What are you saying, John?
That's fair enough because they could declare the bankruptcy on the business, and then he can just sort of like say, well, I couldn't pay it because the business has to pay it, and the business hasn't got the money, so therefore, bye. And then like he can just come back and say, well, I'm going to start up a new thing called Alex Jones Belfield .2.com
Info Wars, yeah, or whatever, yeah. Info Wars too.
Infocock dot war. Yeah. Yeah.
But saying that, isn't that what all the major firms do when they owe a lot of money? Sort of like go, oh, we're liquidation now. We can't pay it and just close the doors, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just shut the business down.
Someone
and then
else's name and start another business.
Yeah, that didn't work. Well, my boss did that when we used to do radiator cabinets. We used to make them, and then that went bust. And then he'd done a chair lifts, ripping the elderly off again. Yeah. Oh, that business didn't work. That's all right. I'll set up another one in someone's name or something.
Limited company.
Yeah.
Where you work now, Carl, it's that Alcacera, isn't it? Chemical Alcacera, or what is it called where you work?
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
That used to be.
Let's just say it used to be ICI. Let's just say.
That's what I was going to say. It used to be an ICI. That I never knew it used to be ICI.
Yeah,
it actually got took over.
Yeah,
because it got took over by a certain firm, which is very similar name, and then it's been taken over again, which is the firm that you are actually work for now. But I never knew it was ICI. I still thought ICI existed.
No. Yeah, it used to be Zenica's. Then it was AstraZeneca.
Astra, yeah, that's it, yeah.
They merged with
is it Sweden or
Pfizer or Bayer or something?
Yeah, to make it to what it is now, basically, yeah.
Pfizer would take them out, didn't they? A few years back.
Yeah. But I only watched a video recently where someone was explaining about an ICI building, and they said, oh, it was a former ICI. Then they told us what happened to ICI, and I was like, oh, I never knew that. You know what I mean? You always learn something new. And basically, I was looking at the ICI building in Blakely because someone's done a video on it.
Oh, right.
So I was like, oh, that's near me. It's someone that leaves a comment on my channel as well. So it's like, check his videos out. Go to his channel, check him out.
Yeah.
Because no matter who it is, whoever leaves a comment, I always go out my way and try and check their channel out and see whether the videos, know what I mean? Because I spend time and effort to watch my videos and leave a comment. So the least I can do is go over to their channel and subscribe to them if they put out videos. If they don't put out videos, or they do put out videos that I don't really watch, I won't subscribe to them. But if it's something I'm interested in, I will. Know what I mean? So yeah.
That's another one I wouldn't mind doing, but I think it's secure. And Charlie Beach went past there today. The toast rack. I used to live near the toast rack.
It's quite easy, that one, Carl.
Very easy.
Doors wide open, I believe.
I'll be back from the beer rack.
I won't mind
the toast rack.
The beer rack. I won't mind
the beer rack.
Because I used to play Plattfields Park, and I used to always look at it from the end of Plattfields Park, where Witch's Tunnel was, and you had the egg cup around it as well. There was another building called the Egg Cup because it looked like an egg on top. You know, in an egg cup from a bird's eye view. Yeah, and you had the toast rack next to it.
Yeah, but I believe the door's wide open in that place.
Wow.
Oh, it was about a month or two ago.
Love to go to the top of it. Be amazing looking about.
Because they are going to renovate it very soon if they're not already started work on it now. So hence it was the doors were open on it and a few people got in there recently.
Right. Oh, I'd love to go on top of that.
Yeah. It's quite cool up there.
Yeah. I'll eat some toast up there. I'll take some toast with me and just eat it on top of the toast rack. But no one's done this before.
Yeah, Twisted Razor did it. You know, Twisted Razor. He did it, not too long ago. and I can't quite think who else. I've seen like three or four people did it.
Yeah. Did you ever explore Transport Research Laboratory before it closed down? Part of it. That's what Tom's saying. Tom on a mission.
Who's
Transport
that?
Research. Yeah,
Who's
that
that
one.
to? Who's that to? And where that? Because I've not heard of that place.
No.
Have you heard of that place, Carl?
No.
I'll ask Matt when he comes, see where he's heard of it. Might be a question to him.
Yeah. Hello, well done, unknown. How you doing, mate? Just looking at the chat.
Yeah,
Hello,
he's saying
Charlie.
it's constructed. I think Matt's talking to Angel there.
Sorry.
Ah,
She's like, I gave her a treat, but I gave it to her mouth to mouth. I was just went like, here we are then. And now she thinks I've got something, so she's come up. Oh, I haven't got nothing.
it's a bit sus. John Bengal went at the same time and came back at the same time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Hey Matt, there's a question in the chat there. I don't know whether you can see it. It's on the screen.
Transport Research Laboratory before it closed down part of it. Where is it?
I don't know. I just someone's asking. He's asking whether you ever done it. I've never.
Don't know
Never
where it
even heard
is.
of it before. No.
There's a racetrack which is like the national like speed testing area for like cars and things. I think it's a place called Gaydon, right? Which is weird. Gaydon. You know, gotta get my Gaydon. You know, so yeah.
There's a little village outside called Gaydar.
Yeah.
What's Skinwalker?
Nothing.
Skinwalker Ranch. I've heard of that. It's like a ranch in America somewhere.
Oh, Skinwalker Ranch, yeah.
Yeah, apparently there's loads of paranormal stuff or UFO activity going on there, and each time they try and film stuff, the stuff they film don't work out, and the experiments and stuff like that. I reckon it's
further back, doesn't it? Goes further back than just the program, because what's his name, Bigelow? I want to say Deuce Bigelow, but it isn't.
Neil Gigolo.
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, they bought it, and then like the US military, they had like some contract with him, and then they left it. Oh, excuse me. Oh. And
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, then they had this program, didn't they?
This is serious TV. Come on, stop it.
Yeah.
Who did that?
As Angel trumped.
No, somebody did though.
Oh right.
Somebody vibrated. Yeah. Oh.
That's what we heard you do before, Carl.
Angel, I got nothing. I'm so sorry. I got nothing for you.
That's right, Tony. Yeah, Bigelow sold the ranch because they had US contracts, and then they sold it because they didn't want it anymore. There's definitely something going on there.
Yeah.
If there's something going on, you'll never get near there, then will you, to find out what it is?
Well, it's privately owned now, but the strange thing is that the people are doing it now. They now got the military and other people still interested in it, so that's a bit weird, isn't it? So we don't want it anymore, but if you're going to start doing it privately, we'll get involved. Okay.
I reckon there's some sort of radiation down there. What's caused the radiation is, I don't know, another thing.
There's something in the sky as well, they reckon. They've sent rockets up and shit like that, and with trackers and everything else on, and then they've disappeared as they've done it.
Or went off course because there is something
there was something within that area of the sky when they send it up.
Lee from Bridgewater there lives 5 miles away from Gaydon.
Right.
Austin Martin and that.
You
Yeah.
might be right. You might be right about Katie Hopkins, but she talked twice about the fact he was in prison, but she didn't say where he was. And if you're right, then can you share it to me, because I would be interested to know. Yeah, I mean, there's me. I'm kind of like saying to myself, do I actually just appeal my case as well? The kind of approach I'm thinking of taking is just saying, well, do I really want to go through round 2, with higher risk? I'm just going to complain about the judge. I'm just going to actually complain to the courts about the judge, and I'm going to go, right, this is how the fucking case was handled, and it was wrong, because this is not fucking justice. You don't handle a case like this. You can't fucking do this. You can't go, oh, we've got enough evidence because we haven't actually bothered to listen to you, because we don't want to listen to you. So on that evidence, we can now fucking dole out justice because we didn't want to listen to you, though. And it's like, no, that's not fucking justice. I'm sorry.
No.
That is not justice at all. You listen to both sides and then you make your decision. You don't go, oh, one side can talk, the other side, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's bollocks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but do I want to go up to Crown Court to deal with the same thing at Crown Court level? No, not really. I think I'll just complain about the fucking judge and the way the case is handled.
Yeah. It's very unfair. I would as well.
Yeah.
Definitely would.
I'd wait a little bit longer first before anything, you know what I mean?
Well, you've got to do it within a certain amount of time, and ultimately, I mean, I can always argue I've had COVID, so I've been feeling like shit, so I couldn't do it any sooner. But my feeling is, if you get judged based on lack of information because they don't want to look at what you've got, and I've come to court with 2. It was meant to be 3, but I ended up with 2 witnesses. The third one was busy, so he couldn't come. But and 28 pieces of evidence, and they didn't look at one of them, not even one. 28 pieces
what
of
I'm
evidence.
saying about leaving it for a bit, Matt, is
Yeah.
because I believe the wheels have started in motion for something else, and once that kicks in, you have a better chance then of kicking up a fuss. I don't want to say too much because obviously we know what we're talking about and the people on the chat don't. So I don't want to keep everyone guessing or whatever. But you understand what I'm saying there, Matt? When I'm saying, but like you say, there might be a time limit, like you say, where you've got to do it at a certain time. So I don't know.
Is this the one where you got rid of your solicitor? You fucked him up?
Yeah. I got rid of my solicitor and got a new solicitor's, and in the first case they were fine and the case was literally not guilty, and it was like, but in the second one they hadn't put in their application to bring in the evidence. So when we went to court, the judge just went, no evidence, no evidence, no evidence, shut your mouth, no evidence, no evidence. It was like, yeah, but we have. Doesn't matter. I'm not interested. Shut up. It's like, yeah, but we have got evidence. No, I don't care. I'm going to pretend like I can't see anything and can't hear anything. I'm a judge, and I'm gonna have a go at you, and I'm gonna call you all the bastards under the sun. But I'm not gonna listen to what you've got to say. I'm gonna go, you bastard, you bastard, you bastard. And I can't hear anything or see anything you're saying.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's what happened. And I'm like, nah. Do you know what? Would you put somebody to death based on that? Would you go, let's hang this guy because we wouldn't listen to his evidence?
Fucking dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah. It's dangerous. And like you say, dangerous, right?
Yeah.
The legal term is unsafe.
Yeah.
Unsafe. It's an unsafe case. Yeah.
But you can't have
So yeah,
a fair trial.
I'm just, as you can see, I'm just getting back into my fucking mode, right? And I'm just about right at the point where I'm going to be like going, yeah, we've got the witnesses who watched what you did, Mr. Judge. And we want to have a little chat about you as a judge. Yeah. I think we need to have a little conversation. You know, the legal system and you and the way you think you can run a court. It's not a court of you fucking, you know, shouting and screaming at people. It's a fucking court of listening to evidence and making a proper judgment. Not a fucking, not a court of you like, I'm a judge, I can do what I want, it's my fucking court. No, that's not how it works. No. I think you need to be reminded of that, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right, you can chill out now. Chill out. Take 5 minutes breath. Deep breath.
No.
No, but I understand where you're coming from, because it's happened to me. They've gone to court and stuff like that. They've not even bothered reading the statement you've left or your solicitor prepared for them. All they've done is looked at theirs, gave you a quick summons, what they think about the other person's statement, and then carries on with the case. You know what I mean? It doesn't say, oh, I've read your thing as well and you said this, or if he said something like that, at least you know he's looked at it and understood it. You know what I mean? But obviously, when he does something like that, just looks at one, refers and comments on one person's article and not the other person's side in the case, it seems like they've made their mind up even before they read all the actual evidence. And yeah, you can't have a fair trial if you don't hear all the evidence. So I understand where you're coming from there, Matt. Straight away getting wound up. Everyone's the same because, well, not everyone's the same, because sometimes it works for people like it has done for them in your case, where it worked against you in your case. Know what I mean? So yeah, Rob there saying before he used to work for the police, but yeah, it's big goggles on the police and stuff like that. So yeah, so
it's annoying because
it's not
like
just...
you know, like if I wanted to be really wanky, I could complain about my own representation because they made a fucking really big mistake. You know, so I could report them to the solicitor's fucking regulatory authority and say, my solicitors fucked up really big time. And because they fucked up really big time, it meant that my case was a joke. Right. And it allowed the judge to go overboard. But also my solicitor should have said no. They should have jumped in and gone, no way. You're not getting away with this, Judge. No. They didn't. They went, oh, okay, Judge. Okay, Judge. Okay. All right, Judge. All right, Judge. And it's like, no. You know, I've got to do fucking hundreds of hours fucking community service now, right? And probation because of a fuck up on behalf of my solicitors. And I don't want to fucking pull them over the coals because, you know, they were nice enough with me. But ultimately, you know, who do you hold responsible? It's like they actually just bowed down before the judge and went, okay, Judge, all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was just wrong. They should have said, no, Judge, no, we demand, no, we want our evidence. No, we're going to have our evidence. We're not standing. No, we're not having this. They didn't do that. They just went, all right, then, Judge. All right, Judge. All right, Judge. All right, Judge. And it's like, because they made a mistake. They made a mistake, which they could be liable for, but I shouldn't be liable for it. They made the mistake. They should be liable for it. So I'm going to try down the route of saying, well, the judge was being a prick for not fucking listening to what we had to say.
Mm.
I don't want to drag it all the way up to the High Court. Fuck it. Let's call it how it is. The judge should have accepted that we had evidence and listened to it. But it's like, oh, no. I don't have to because you're late. So tough. Ha 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 ha. Gotcha. It's like, well, no, it's not fucking gotcha. It's like, do you want the truth about this case or not?
Yeah.
And the judge clearly didn't. He was like, haha, gotcha, you're late. Haha, gotcha. It's like, no, it's not fucking gotcha. What's the truth? You don't go, haha, gotcha. Sorry, the person who's been accused of murder was late getting his evidence in, so we'll just hang him. It's like, no, it's fucking, it's people's lives. You don't fuck with people's lives like this. You listen to the evidence and you find out where it's coming from. And he was like, oh, no. We just do you. Ha ha ha, we just do you. It's like, no, not really.
Sounds a joke, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right. That's what, it's that time, believe it or not.
All right, and my battery's on about 9% on my phone.
Oh, is that why you kept on saying you was going to shoot off, but you stayed?
Yeah. I thought I just want it to just hold on there while Matt's talking. I don't want to look like I'm rude and I've just gone off while he's talking.
How rude is that,
oh,
eh? How rude is that, eh?
I can't believe the unbelievable bastard who just oh, he's back now. Hello.
Fucking rude, isn't he?
Can I say a quick bye to everyone? Well,
yeah, might as well, seeing you've only got a bit of battery. You want to get him up. Go on.
Cheers, everyone, and I'll catch you soon. Nice one, Will. And good to see you all at Swingfest. It was brilliant like that. And hope to meet up with you soon if we organise something. If we organise something somewhere, or Will, or Matthew, or Mr. John Bengal, or someone, it'd be great if we can do that this year. Organise something like a meetup. Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Folks, doesn't he look very fit? I think somebody who looks that fit should probably be doing some quiz things, and stuff like that, not being all like, oh, look at me with my job. I've got a job. Look at me. I've got money and a job. I reckon somebody who looks that fit should be like, showing off, like, doing quiz nights and stuff like that.
I think he should be doing one. Definitely.
I'll tell you, I'll do a strike at night when Will gets to 2K. Whee, there you go. So you know what to do, everyone. See you all later.
Subscribe now, folks. Subscribe.
See you later, Carl. Thanks for coming up.
See you.
Cheers.
See you.
Cheers, Carl. Good to see you the other night.
You
Cheers,
too.
man.
You too.
There he's gone. It's good to see him up.
Thoroughly horrible, thin man that's lost loads of weight and is looking like a not like a me. Yeah.
Aye. Right, so on that one, I'm going to say good night and hopefully see you all next week. Stay safe till next time.
See you
later. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.
And bye.